with previous plans for The Rock revealed and more. This is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Talking about how enthusiastic the crowd was for SmackDown in France, Triple H noted this in a video on X.
We just needed to be in France, and the fan base here is just ravenous for it. Took us a little bit, but here we are, and last night was the example for SmackDown of, you know, when you pack that many people into a building like this, where the design is just, you can tell it's going to be loud, and people are getting alerts on their phones and their watches telling them that the decibel level is too high and that they risk permanent hearing damage. That's a good sign for us. And I would imagine that if they were excited last night, tonight for Backlash should be just off the chart good. I think they're going to bring every bit of that excitement. They're going to bring energy. They're going to bring their chants. They're going to bring their songs. They're going to bring all of it, and it's going to be glorious.
Following SmackDown, Cody Rhodes would hint at more premium live events taking place in France, as he said, "Are you guys ready for Backlash? Hopefully you can understand me. If not, forgive me." Question for the audience: who was here when WWE came to Paris? I don't know if you remember what I told you, but what I said was, if you stay that loud, if you stay that proud, WWE will bring a PLE to France. Tonight is the first time in my entire career where, during an interview segment, I could not hear myself. I could not hear AJ Styles. I gotta be honest, I loved it. Please, I know you've seen me twice already. You've been wonderful. But I'm gonna give you every single thing I have in my body tomorrow against AJ Styles. What I ask in return, France, is you do the same. And we do this together. How do you say it in French? I love you. I mean it from the bottom of my heart, guys. I love you very much. Enjoy tomorrow. This is your PLE. If you bring the same energy you had today and you bring it tomorrow, who's to say another PLE doesn't come to France? God bless you. I want to quickly thank this wonderful crew who's standing by waiting. Samantha Irvin, who's been willing it all night long. God bless you guys. Enjoy this evening. I cannot wait to see each and every one of you tomorrow. Have a great night. Take care of one another. I love you. Be safe, guys. Good night. Revealing what he is doing to test himself in AEW matches, Adam Copeland said this on the Swerve City podcast. What I've done with this AEW run, I told myself I'm going to try a move that I've never tried before. One move every match that I've never done before. AEW Collision before AEW Dynasty, I did the Davey Boy Power Slam. Never done one before. I've done the Rotation Power Slam, but never the Davey. Last week against Brody King, I've never done a blockbuster. I'll try a blockbuster. Just for myself, really. Just have fun and the challenge of it. I get off on challenges. The challenges are very big for me in life. I work best when I have a challenge that I have to try and conquer. Mentioning how fans need to move on from the Attitude Era, Booker T told Shaq Wrestling, "The thing is, we can't talk about the Attitude Era forever. We're going to have to move past this sooner or later. We're going to have to start talking about this next generation. The Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes of the world and their legacy and their Attitude Era that they created. So I understand it. I get it. If I was in Cody Rhodes' shoes, Drew McIntyre, any of these young guys, I would feel the exact same way." touching on his previous conversation with Will Ospreay in regards to joining WWE, AJ Styles said this to Irish Wrestling and Entertainment. Well, it's hard to keep my eye on what I've got to be focused on. What I'm focused on right now would be WWE. I'm focused on what's going on with my own family, so it's hard to focus on what's going on outside of that. But yeah, of course, why would I not want some of the best talent in the world to come to WWE? I mean, I think they're great guys. Listen, if he were a douchebag, I probably would have called on him to, see if he wants to come here, see if we can agree with him. But I think he's a great talent, and there's a lot of them out there. It's only a matter of time before we get to them. Staying on this topic, Will Ospreay would talk about his decision to join AEW over WWE, telling the AEW Unrestricted podcast, "I think generally people are actually happy to see somebody coming to AEW and is actually happy to be at work. I'm actually generally excited to be at work. This is great, and I don't think people realize the opportunities we have. Once upon a time, this didn't exist. It was just WWE, Japan, Ring of Honor, and TNA. So for me, coming in here, I was never going to go to WWE. I mean, there was talk about it, but just the position that I'm in right now with my family, I don't want to move. I don't want to relocate. My kids just started school. If you generally dug into my life and my partner's journey within pro wrestling, it's like it's talked about through our country, but it hasn't reached anywhere else. My main focus is making sure that she's all right, that my family and her social circle are within reach. I can enjoy the travel. I've been doing it for bloody ages. So for me now, it's like I get to come in here and I'm on national TV. I generally thought I'd never be in this position. I thought I was just going to be the kid in Japan for the rest of my life, and I was happy with that. I was more than happy to be the kid in Japan, but this opportunity came up and I just couldn't turn it down because every single time I've come here, I've really enjoyed myself. It's just one of those things where I was like, what could I do if I was a part of this full time? That excites me. The idea of wrestling all these guys and being part of this fan base that has heard rumors about what I could do. The first day I came here, I knocked it out of the park. I grabbed the ball, brought it back, and said, go set me up for another one. I'm just happy to be here. I feel like that translates in my promos in who I am as a person. I don't know. I'm a very happy person. It takes a lot to F me off. Asked about his goals in the latter stages of his pro wrestling career, Kevin Owens told Bodyslam.net, at this point, I just want to have fun doing what I'm doing and create memorable moments for everybody that's watching and really into titles, main events, and all that. It's nice when it happens and it's great to experience, but I just want to, try to cherish the moments I have left in this industry. I'm obviously not saying I'm retiring anytime soon, but my career is closer to being done than to starting. So I'm just trying to enjoy the ride. When it comes to previous plans for The Rock in WWE, the Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that there were once discussions for The Rock to end the historic championship reign of Roman Reigns, only for the final boss to give up the gold. Reigns' 1,316-day run as champion was actually ended by Cody Rhodes at WWE WrestleMania 40 Sunday. The emotional main event saw Rhodes finally finish the story 2 years after making an emphatic return to WWE as part of WrestleMania 38. WWE had plans at one point for Rock, not Rhodes, to end the title reign of the Tribal Chief at WrestleMania 40. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports this idea was hardly kept a secret, with The Rock teasing challenging the head of the table during his return on the Day 1 WWE Raw. On the post-Royal Rumble SmackDown, The Rock came face-to-face with his cousin and teased the match. Had it not been for the immense "We Want Cody" movement, the Rock-Reigns match would have gone ahead. The Observer adds that the plan was for The Rock Rock to win the title, only to surrender the gold in order to return to Hollywood with a new WWE champion. The Rock would have introduced his own People's Championship that he'd use for public appearances. Instead, the title was presented to the final boss at this year's WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. Ending Reigns' historic run only for the title to be vacated would likely not have gone down well with fans. Instead, the WWE Universe witnessed Cody Rhodes finish his story and defeat Reigns at WrestleMania 40. Reigns hasn't been seen since WrestleMania, while Rock has vowed to return and come for the new undisputed WWE champion. It would later be added that Rhodes was always going to get the title even after all this went down, but for a time it would not have been at Mania. The decision for Rhodes to win the Rumble was to set up a future title match after they would do an injury angle, which would lead to Rock getting the title shot and Rhodes would get his shot and victory later. At one point there was an idea that Rock would win the title from Reigns and then give up the title to go to Hollywood and end the streak, but always call himself the People's Champion, which is where that idea and belt came in, which was long before the Hall of Fame ceremony. The idea that many were fighting against was the title win and then Reigns, after losing, getting it back and then losing again to Rhodes, feeling that would greatly hurt Rhodes' eventual win, and Rhodes was the guy who was going to have to carry the company in 2024 and 2025. Others were strongly against that, saying no matter what happened as far as Rock getting the match, he could not win the title and Rhodes had to be the one who beats Reigns first and wins the title first. Steve Carey of Ringside News added, a report emerged this week suggesting that WWE once considered having Roman Reigns lose the title to The Rock at WrestleMania, only for The Rock to relinquish it shortly after to focus on his Hollywood career. Ringside News can verify the authenticity of this report, indicating it was taken seriously by those involved. We were informed that this idea wasn't merely a suggestion, it was actively considered. Furthermore, it was clarified the proposal originated from The Rock's camp. During an interview with NBC Sports, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch could be seen at the Kentucky Derby as Rollins has a new look.
Becky and Seth, hello.
Hello.
You two have just shut the carpet down.
Well, you know, it's kind of our thing.
Yeah.
This is an incredible outfit. Now, I want to get straight to it, but is this your first time at the Derby?
It is.
First time at the
Yeah,
Derby.
it's a spectacle, man.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's something.
What's the most surprising thing you've seen so far?
Oh, wow. What is the most surprising thing? That's tough.
Jack Harlow?
Just the size of it, the sheer, I guess even being from America, obviously she's from Ireland, you know, I didn't understand the scope of it. So driving up and just seeing the levels of outfits, you know what I mean? From all the street vendors to now being here on the red carpet, looking around, the hats, the fits, everybody looks fantastic.
It really is the people's fashion show, isn't it?
I guess so.
It really is.
Speaking of,
Yes.
break this down for me, Becky.
Oh, gosh. Well, you know, we're from WWE, and the phrase is then, now, forever, together. And I feel like this encapsulates all of that. You know what I mean? Like you got the old school look here, you got the future, forever looking look here, and that's what's going on. That was my thought.
You look incredible.
That was my inspiration.
Who made this hat?
All together.
I got it from a little boutique in Barcelona.
It's incredible. It's very Beyonce.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. There's another Queen Bee.
There's another one.
Yeah.
And I hear Taylor Swift might be here as well. Maybe she could wear it. It'd look good on her too.
It would. She'd rock it. Also the man.
Also the man. Or maybe it'd look good in
Well,
this.
I am the man. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the man.
I am
So,
the man.
what?
I am the man.
Is there a little announcement maybe happening today at some point?
Yeah,
Top secret.
Yeah.
Top secret. Yeah, we can't divulge too much information, but we do have a big announcement for WWE involving next year's WrestleMania coming up later today. So very excited for that.
Stay tuned for that, my friends. And before I let you go, who is your money on today?
Fierceness.
Yes.
That's the one horse. That's the one horse we knew about coming in here today. We got no information on horses. Yeah, we had Sierra Leone. There we go. That was the other one.
It's my go-to
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Have the best time. You look
appreciate it.
fierce.
On Instagram, CM Punk revealed he had been locked in the bathroom at WWE headquarters after his Backlash pre-show appearance.
Executive wellness. It sounds really, really fancy. I'm whispering because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm like Dante from Clerks. Okay, so apparently the gym closed at 5, and it's like maybe 5:05, but they told me, and then I hid in the bathroom, and now I have this gym to myself, and there's a... Sorry, I got cut off. I didn't know there was a time limit on these things. But anyway, I'm in the gym now, so I figured since I got stuck here and I missed my flight, I'm gonna work out. And then
For details on Drew Gulak no longer being a part of WWE, Ringside News wrote that Drew Gulak's departure from WWE amid allegations made by Ronda Rousey has cast a shadow over the wrestling world. Rousey's claimed that Gulak behaved inappropriately towards her, allegedly by grabbing the string of her sweatpants without consent, has sparked serious discussions about workplace conduct within the company. In an interview on News Nation, Ronda Rousey explicitly named Drew Gulak, recounting the incident where she confronted him for his actions. Drew Gulak, that's who it was. I confronted him later and I was like, if I ever hear about you putting your hands on any other woman like this or doing anything like this to me ever again, we're going to have a problem. He was like, no, I'm glad you said something to me. He really backpedaled, but it put a sour taste in my mouth about the culture there and what's considered acceptable on how to touch and treat the women in the hallways and anywhere. Following Rousey's accusations, WWE initiated an investigation into the matter, and Gulak's future with the company became uncertain. Ultimately, WWE made the decision to release Gulak from his contract. Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio discussed this development, highlighting that Rousey's allegations played a significant role in Gulak's departure. The investigation into the matter was reported as inconclusive, but the controversy undoubtedly influenced WWE's decision. Meltzer also pointed out that Gulak's release may have been influenced by other factors, including his salary discrepancy, being paid a main roster salary while working in NXT, and WWE's lack of creative plans for him. This combination likely contributed to the company's decision to part ways with Gulak. Now that Gulak is no longer part of WWE, the future of his wrestling career remains uncertain. The allegations made by Ronda Rousey could have lasting repercussions for Gulak's professional endeavors. As fans and industry insiders reflect on his departure, the impact of workplace conduct and accountability in wrestling continues to be a topic of discussion. With a pro wrestler featured on the WWE Next Gen show on Roku, she will be appearing for another promotion. As Booker T's Reality of Wrestling said, we're excited to announce one of the stars of WWE/NXT series Next Gen. Emma Diaz will be back in action at No Limits on Saturday, May 11th in Texas City, Texas at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena. Going over a recent release from WWE, Ringside News wrote that Gable Steveson, who had joined WWE some time back, had been honing his skills in the wrestling world through participation in dark matches. However, amidst uncertainty about his status on WWE television, reports now confirm his release from the company as part of their recent string of cuts. Last month, WWE sent shockwaves through the wrestling community by releasing several prominent stars including Zion Quinn, Xia Li, Jinder Mahal, Von Wagner, and Cameron Grimes. This week, the trend continued as the company bid farewell to more talent, notably from NXT. The recent wave of releases encompassed recognizable names such as Ezekiel Balagun, Julian Baldy, Trey Bearhill, Emma Diaz, known for the WWE Roku channel series WWE Next Gen, Valentina Feroz, Drew Gulak, Keyshawn LaFleur, Daryl Mason, Vlad Pavlenko, and Kaya Saint. even Boa found himself among those released. According to F4W Online's Dave Meltzer, WWE has opted to release Gable Steveson from his contract, a move that may not come as a surprise to many given his struggle to connect with fans. Gable Steveson has been released from WWE. Just a month ago, Steveson had expressed contentment with his position in WWE. Nonetheless, with his departure from the company, the future trajectory of his career remains uncertain. Steveson was seen as a potential successor to Bruce. Baumgartner is one of the greatest heavyweight wrestlers in U.S. history. He had initially signed a significant NIL deal with WWE in 2020, intending to continue his amateur wrestling journey and compete in the 2021 Olympics. Hailed as one of Minnesota's finest wrestlers, Steveson's track record in school and collegiate competitions was nothing short of remarkable, with only 5 losses throughout his school career and notable victories in age group world championships. Steveson's prowess was undeniable. His crowning achievement came at the 2021 Olympics, where he secured gold by defeating 3-time world champion Gino Petriashvili in a thrilling final. However, despite his Olympic success, Steveson decided to pursue a career in WWE, enticed by a lucrative contract offer. His journey in WWE saw him initially slated for a dual career in professional and amateur wrestling. Despite early promotions and appearances, including at WrestleMania, Steveson struggled to connect with the WWE audience. While athletically gifted, his lack of charisma hampered his progress, leading to mixed reactions from fans. Despite his potential return to collegiate wrestling for the 2024 season and Olympic aspirations, WWE's decision to release him has left his future uncertain. At just 23, Steveson still has options, including potentially exploring a career in MMA given his stellar wrestling background. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.